Hello, it's Who time. Sorry for the delay on this one. At last, we've got round to looking at this new character online exclusive second Doctor and TARDIS set as seen in the Abominable Snowmen. Yes, life has been busy, but at last it's here. We'll have a little chat about it. So this video is purely going to be an unboxing and review of this set. Just want to let you know that, because I did mention about looking at custom Yetis. Now that's going to be a separate video because I've now found a new sort of option alternative to getting a custom Yeti I'm exploring within the Doctor Who community. I already have one that I've made. It's a 3D print, assembled and painted, but there's an option for another version. So I thought it'd be exciting to do a separate video on those two Yetis. Hopefully I can get that second one soon. So that will make a nice separate vid. But for now, let's crack on and have a look at this wonderful new set. Right, on to this release. Now, this isn't just another Doctor TARDIS set. What we have here is a new second Doctor variant that has only been seen as a prototype in a leaked image from over 10 years ago. And now it's here. Wow! Not only do we have that, but we also have an electronic TARDIS with lights and sound effects. It says it on the box. Electronic! Amazing. The last time we had this feature with lights and sounds on a TARDIS was with the first, 4th and 7th Doctor sets from 2010. Again, that's over 10 years ago. Crazy! So this is a very notable release, to say the least. Okay, so first, let's have a look at the packaging, then the background insert, and then finally, the figures themselves. So this box is a bit different from the usual B&M Doctor TARDIS set boxes. Whilst it retains a lot of the same design and branding in the current era Jodie Whittaker era logo and the same fonts here for the writing, it has a much larger window at the front here and even a window at the top. The usual TARDIS outline on a grey background that's at the side over here on the right is now towards the back of the box on each side. Obviously the box is also slapped with the character online exclusive little badge. That's on the front, the top, the side and the back of course. Also it's electronic! On the back here we have pictures of the figures themselves and then a very big blurb on the Abominable Snowmen serial. You can pause now if you'd like to read all of that. Then at the base we have a lot of legalese up here and then stuff about the batteries for the TARDIS. Okay, let's open it up. Okay, yeah, that's one side. And the other. Okay, we're in. Yes. Oh, there we go. Oh, got instructions here, presumably for the TARDIS and the batteries and everything. Quickly looking at the background diorama insert with the figures in place, you can see a render of the Himalayas, or more accurately, the Welsh countryside, since that's where they filmed it. They've nicely put the TARDIS at an angle, so it looks like it's sitting on an undulating mountainous landscape, which is a nice little extra touch there. Now, if we take the figures out, there are a few Easter eggs here. So let's get them out. So as per usual with these sort of sets, the TARDIS is screwed in at the base and plastic tabs are holding the doors closed. And then Pat over here is tied in around the back. I'll do this off camera since it's so fiddly. Let's go. So the figures are removed. Can you see any of the Easter eggs? Unfortunately, it's somewhat not helpful that this plastic shell that the Doctor was attached to is stuck onto the background, so I'm not really keen to try and peel it off because I'll probably end up tearing the lovely the lovely artwork, the lovely background diorama. But working around this, you can of course see very prominently a Yeti, an Abominable Snowmen Yeti, the Mark 1. Up in the top right hand corner you can of course also see the monastery, also from the Abominable Snowmen. Behind the plastic shell, if you look through here, you can see also a Rastan warrior robot. This is obviously a reference to the 5 Doctors 20th anniversary special, in which the second Doctor also wears a fur coat as it happens. Perhaps there's also another link here, as maybe the Abominable Snowmen was shot in the same filming location as the 5 Doctors, both potentially Welsh countryside. As an extra link, it might be a thing, could be possible. One last Easter egg is actually hidden a lot more underneath the base of the diorama. If you lift up a flap, you can see a Blake 7 bracelet thing. I think we have this here because Al Dewar, the head of the Doctor Who figure line at Character Options, is a big fan of Blake 7, so I hear. So I'm guessing that was him who put that on there. Yes, I can also say his name correctly now because he actually said his own name in the recent figure announcement video. Al Dewar here from Character Group. Been saying it wrong all these years. I've been saying Al Dewar or something. But it's Dewar. Sorry, Al. Sorry about that. On to the main event. Let's look at the second Doctor first here. So after 10 years of being a prototype, here is this beautiful second Doctor variant in a big fur coat at last. How incredible! Not only is it amazing that this has finally come to fruition, but it also gets our hopes up that other prototypes may follow suit. If you want to hear more about those many other prototypes, go check out my video from a couple of years back, I think 2019. Link will be on the screen and or in the description. Fingers crossed some of those hit shelves in the future. Back to the dock here, it's essentially a standard second Doctor with a PVC fur coat over the torso and then new fur coat arms. There's a huge amount of detail in these sculpts and the coat and the arms that really give a nice fur-like quality to the whole coat. It's amazing. This looks really detailed. It's all elevated by some great paint apps as well. There's obviously a main light tan brown colour, that's the base colour. Then there's streaks of darker browns over the top, which is very much in keeping with the on-screen look based on the behind-the-scenes colour photos that fortunately exist. Spot on. There's also a string belt in the sculpt. It's quite hard to see because it's not painted, so it gets a little lost in there, but it is there. Otherwise, as I said, the rest of the figure is the standard second Doctor figure we've seen before, with some new, different, but improved, I'd say, paint app touches, like the lovely grey highlighting in the hair, and a slightly darker shade of pink on the lips and around the eyelids to bring out the detail in the head sculpt and the face. Much like the Tomb version of the second Doctor, the shirt is a light blue. Bow tie is in fact a darker shade of blue on the new fur coat version here, but they both have white polka dots on top of that. The trousers are both grey with a black line checkered pattern over the top. The shoes are black on the old version, but here on this new fur coat we've got nice brown shoes with grey bottom soles, which is different from previous second Doctors, and it stands out nicely. Looking at the TARDIS, not only do we have a beautiful blue TARDIS with a white wash all over it, bringing out all that lovely wood grain detail, we have new sculpting here. Whilst watching this video, you may have thought this TARDIS looks a bit off, maybe. Well, that's because it is. For most of season 5, the TARDIS doors were stuck on the wrong way round by the production team. So the TARDIS door sign is on the right when it should be on the left, and likewise the lock is on the right rather than the left. And also it's missing its door handles. You can see the stark contrast here against the second Doctor's TARDIS from the War Games over here on the right, which was released last year in 2020. Clearly character have gone to the effort to sculpt two entirely new doors and make a new sticker for the door sign. An amazing effort. As you can see, they share the same roof sculpt, the roof and lamp. This was actually introduced on this War Games version last year, so that was a new sculpt. And then character clearly built upon that to make this new one with new doors. So that's great. But also, on top of that, there's lights and sounds. We have a nice warm white/yellow LED in the lamp up here. Right, shall we test a few sound effects? Yeah, go on then. That's what I heard you say. So it has multiple takeoff and landing sound effects. I won't do them all as we'll be here a long time, but I will give you a little taster. Okay, I've managed to source some batteries. They don't come with the set, so you're gonna have to get 3 AAA batteries and pop them in at the back here. Are you ready? You can see the lamp's already flickering. Let's land. Nice short landing there and take off.
Three days later.
Overall, this is a stunning set. I couldn't have predicted this. The return of sound effects and lights to the TARDIS, and the release of a long-awaited prototype figure. Wow. It gets you excited for future releases as well. Will there be more electronic TARDISes? Will other prototype figures see a release? Recently, a picture of the Will and Space Sideman was doing the rounds on social media. Here it is. Whilst I already have a custom one and another in the works, an official one would be lovely, of course. If you want to grab one of these sets, like the Jungles of Mechanus set, you can check that review out on my channel, #shameless plug. Both these sets, Jungles of Mechanus and this one, the Abominable Snowmen one, were both on the Character Options website. Alas, now it's completely sold out. About 3,000 sets went whoosh, straight out the door. Then I think there was a small restock more recently, and they all went as well. So if you want to grab one, it's going to have to be via the secondary market. eBay, Facebook Marketplace, etc. And that's your lot for today. So don't forget to like and comment on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And click on that bell for notifications of new content. And if you want to hear from me more, go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter handle is @WhoTimeUK. My Instagram is instagram.com/WhoTimeUK. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you for the next one.